You see, there's a theory out there that Jay-Z and Kendrick Lamar are plotting towards the downfall of Young Money. It's just a theory, but hear me out. It's on record that Jay-Z has had beef with Lil Wayne in the past. It's on record that Kendrick Lamar has beef with Drake. And it's also on record that Nicki Minaj has had a long-standing beef with Roc Nation. And this decision to have Kendrick Lamar perform at the 2025 Superbowl Halftime show instead of Lil Wayne is evidence that Jay-Z and Kendrick want to see the legacy of Young Money die once and for all. You see, Jay-Z's Roc Nation is in charge of organizing the halftime performance shows at the Super Bowl. And his decision to have Kendrick perform at the Super Bowl next year instead of Lil Wayne has been bothering people online because the halftime performance is going to be in Louisiana next year, the home place of Lil Wayne. If it's Jay-Z's intentions to make hip-hop history by highlighting one of the biggest and most influential hip-hop acts in the game and giving the limelight to specifically one rapper, and the show's in Louisiana, then Lil Wayne is the obvious decision. But Jay-Z didn't choose Lil Wayne. This year, Jay-Z chose not to make the obvious decision the same way he did in 2021 when the halftime performance show was going to be in Inglewood, California. You see, that time Jay-Z did make the obvious decision and gave the performance show to Dr. Dre and have Snoop Dogg and Kendrick Lamar perform with him as California natives. Yes, Eminem and 50 Cent were also there, but they were really just there to highlight the legacy of Dr. Dre. But really, the 2021 performance show was a California celebration day, almost a Compton celebration day. But again, this time Jay-Z didn't make the obvious decision. Well, because Jay-Z isn't the type of guy to speak on public platforms often, or go on Twitter and clarify his decision-making processes. People online were left to come up to their own conclusions and make their own theories. And one of these theories is that Jay-Z and Kendrick are plotting against Young Money. Yes, this sounds like a reach, but hear me out. There's a theory that says that when the Super Bowl decides on an artist to perform at their halftime show, they'll usually let the artist know a year or more in advance. Deciding on an artist to perform at the halftime show isn't the last minute decision most of us think it is. No, it takes time to communicate, connect with, and propose the idea to the artist and to finalize on them performing. So people online have been speculating that Jay-Z reached out to Kendrick Lamar long before the beef with Drake ever started, and was in this moment when Kendrick Lamar accepted the invitation. This was the moment where Kendrick decided to start the battle. And if this is true, Kendrick's a little bit of an evil mastermind because this works to his benefit in way bigger ways than you might think. You see, Kendrick and Drake have been at odds for years, dating way back to at least 2015 when Kendrick released his Control verse. And on the verse he called out every rapper in the game, including Drake, by name. And this was worse for Drake than other rappers because at the time he was already one of the biggest rappers in the game. So when an up-and-coming rapper calls you out on a song, you're the one who's highlighted in the diss more than everyone else. Ever since that moment, the two rappers have been sending subliminal shots at each other for years. And now we know that Kendrick has been waiting for the perfect moment to end Drake's career. You see, in hip-hop, it's pretty much been common consensus that Kendrick is the type of rapper who gets the lyrical and cultural respect from the game, and Drake is the type of rapper that gets the commercial success and global stardom of hip-hop. Kendrick knew that if he wanted to end Drake, beating him in a rap battle wouldn't be enough. He would have to end Drake both lyrically and commercially. He would need to show the world that when it comes to the art and craft of rapping, he's better than Drake. But also when it comes to the commercial success of rapping, he's still better than Drake. So when he had the Super Bowl performance locked in, that's when he decided to go for Drake. His plan all along was to body Drake in a lyrical rap battle, which obviously he was going to win. I feel like everybody knew that Kendrick was going to win a rap battle against Drake. But then, once the battle is over, and Drake fans inevitably start saying things online like, who cares if he out-rapped Drake? Drake is still the guy that runs the numbers. This was when Kendrick was going to perform his discography at the Super Bowl. This was when Kendrick was going to perform probably one of his diss records against Drake. I'm pretty sure you guys know which one, at the Super Bowl, the biggest platform in America. This would basically be the final headshot at Drake's career and ego. But then again, it's just a theory. It's pretty well known by hip-hop heads that Jay-Z and Lil Wayne have had a rough relationship in the past. You see, there was a time when Jay-Z was the biggest rapper in the world. In the late 90s, early and mid 2000s, there was basically no rapper that could rival Jay-Z when it comes to lyricism and commercial success. Jay-Z was at his peak, and this was also the moment that Jay-Z chose to retire to focus more on his business ventures. So in other words, the hip-hop throne was empty. And this was also the moment that a young rapper from Louisiana by the name of Lil Wayne was about to go on his legendary mixtape run. From 2006 to about 2012, Lil Wayne didn't just make a name for himself, but he also became one of the biggest rappers in the world, if not the biggest rapper in the world. He was the guy that could potentially replace Jay-Z. That was the conversation being had around Lil Wayne at the time. Lil Wayne became so big that he even publicly said that he feels like he's better than Jay-Z. And this was the start of their up and down relationship. The two rappers would collab on songs every now and then, almost like they were trying to play the role of two colleagues that got along. But at the same time, they were also sending subliminal shots at each other on songs, as if behind the scenes they really didn't like each other. Birdman, being the guy who signed and discovered Lil Wayne, claimed that Jay-Z couldn't be better than Lil Wayne because Lil Wayne had more money than him, a claim that Jay-Z denied and I feel like we all know now was not true. And Lil Wayne also criticized Jay-Z for acting like he was still the king of hip-hop even though he chose to retire. Because naturally Lil Wayne felt like he was the new king of hip-hop and there's only room for one king at a time. As more years passed, the two rappers would stop mentioning each other in songs. The beef died down a little bit because this was also the same time that Lil Wayne and Birdman had a falling out. Because Birdman was allegedly not paying Lil Wayne the money he made from his raps, allegedly holding back $100 million from Lil Wayne. This resulted in Lil Wayne not being able to release any more music or pay his taxes. And because he wasn't allowed to release any more music, this was also the moment that the buzz around Lil Wayne started to die a little. And who was there to help Lil Wayne when he was at his commercial and financial lowest? Well, none other than Jay-Z. Lil Wayne publicly said that Jay-Z helped him financially. He said that Jay-Z helped him pay his taxes and they're on good terms now. And if they are on good terms, then Jay-Z wouldn't have a problem with pulling a favor or two for Lil Wayne. But this recent Super Bowl announcement makes people feel like Lil Wayne might be on good terms with Jay-Z, but Jay-Z might still be harboring resentment towards Lil Wayne. It's just a theory. Nicki Minaj has been one of the most vocal people online when it comes to her outrage against Jay-Z's decision to have Kendrick perform instead of Lil Wayne. On Twitter, Nicki Minaj expressed how she feels like Jay-Z still holds animosity against Lil Wayne, and he's using the Super Bowl performance as a form of revenge to put Lil Wayne in his place. But there's also some people that say Nicki Minaj's anger at Jay-Z isn't just due to the Super Bowl performance. Labels all over the world have been trying to replicate the success of Nicki Minaj with other female rappers who resemble Nicki Minaj. Everything from their hair to the body type to the way they rap. Labels all over the world are trying to make the next Nicki Minaj. And obviously Nicki, being a rapper, feels like nobody can replace her. She's gonna be the queen of rap until she dies. This is fundamentally the reason why Nicki Minaj has such an extensive track record of having beefs with other female rappers who get into the industry. But one rapper who's been doing really well commercially and is in the running to become the next female rapper superstar is Megan Thee Stallion. And if you guys don't know, Nicki and Megan have had a very intense beef recently. Nicki even went as far as to diss Megan's deceased mother. The beef got so intense that Megan even had to have police look after her mother's burial site in fear that Nicki fans, or the Bobs, might want to damage it. This is how much these two rappers do not like each other. And to make matters worse, what label did Megan sign a management deal with? Roc Nation. People speculate that Nicki isn't just mad that Jay-Z's decision to have Kendrick perform instead of Lil Wayne is unfair. The theory goes that Nicki also holds resentment towards Roc Nation because of their attempt to replace her with Megan. But there's also another reason why Nicki doesn't like Roc Nation. Nicki criticized Roc Nation for even working with the NFL in the first place. Because after Colin Kaepernick was fired for protesting against police brutality and taking a knee during the national anthem, it was shortly after then that Roc Nation was announced to take control over the halftime performances going forward. People online started to feel like Jay-Z was being a sellout. This decision to have Roc Nation produce the halftime shows was just crisis management. People were mad that instead of showing solidarity with black people against the black struggle, he chose to make money and be a pawn in the NFL's cover-up scheme. And clearly Nicki Minaj is one of those people that holds that sentiment after tweeting "one man took a knee, the other man took a bag," thus furthering her distaste for Roc Nation as a whole. So when you look at the fact that Jay-Z has reasons for not liking Lil Wayne, Kendrick definitely has his reasons for not liking Drake, and Nicki Minaj also has her reasons for not liking Roc Nation, is there conspiracy to see the downfall of Young Money? Do any of these sound believable to you? Or are people just coming up with fan fiction for the fun of it? Tell me what you think. And with 1,000 subscribers, I'm trying to reach 2,000 subscribers. So if you really like this video, please hit the subscribe button because I have more videos like this coming, and hit the like button so the algorithm knows that this is a good video. And thanks for watching.